Good afternoon. I haven't done one of these in a super long time, mainly just because I've been very busy. But Gulfstream Park also been really difficult. So I great sequence early. Seven horse just held on there. I thought I was seeing things well. I had a 70 to 1 daily double early. Pick three paid about 350 to 1. I mean, crazy good. I like a couple long shots here in the late sequence. So I thought I would do one. It's a cheap pick six, and then we're also going to talk about the sunset pick six because I also like the last three races at Santa Anita. So when I saw that, I was like, well, today's the day to do a video. But let's jump in. Like a couple prices here in the late sequence. So let's talk pick six. It's only 30 bucks, 20-cent bet. Not going to be a huge pool. I think they got 100,000 guarantee, but I love the late pick fours. You can see you can play the late pick four for $3. $3 for a late pick four. And again, it's not just chalk here. I have two prices that I love, one at race 7 and one at race 9. So we'll talk about both of them. Let's dive in. I don't want to take too long. I thought the first leg here was a little bit tough. I was let's see, 31824. No, we're in race 6. Sorry. No, race 5. Sorry, man. 1, 2, 5, 9, 10. Not huge preference, on the race sim. I'm going to run it quick just so we can look through it. The 5 horse, I think, is a legit shot. Going to be a price, I think, to wire the field. Going to take them a long way on the turf. The rail at 45 feet, so going to be dangerous out there. And you can see the 1 and 2 come on. The 2 is a drop in GSR Masterpiece. I'm not sure this horse wants to go 8 furlongs. It's my biggest concern, but does win the race sim. Samburo for Castro. Castro been on fire at Gulfstream Meet. You can see with Equinedge, we now have meet stats. So if you're a new user, we have meet stats, new handy view here. It's great. You got a bunch of stats up here for trainer and jockey that sit above all the PPs. And then we also have some additional stats down here. You can see my analysis on here. I think this horse can sit a really good trip. Going to be a great price. Again, pick 6 going to start here. Currently opens up at 8-1. Definitely a player. We'll see that the 3 horse, I'm trying to beat this horse. Opens up as the favorite, but in the 9 also taking money. Early money, again, betting just opened up here. But the 3 horse, my concern here on the 3, I will show you. I mean, 1 for 8 at the distance, not winning. Spat's not doing well. Harmio is riding, but I'm trying to beat this. Or you want to use it, you can. It hasn't been beating easier, though, right? I mean, our strength of race says he's in 56s and stuff. So I'm spreading the first leg. 10 horse taking a lot of action. The morning line at 7-2, and then 9 Merlin. I think it's a little bit of a tough leg to start. So let's keep going, though, because I want to talk more of my confidence. So you're either singling here or you're spreading. I'm spreading. I think La Doce Vita obviously can wire the field. So let's watch the race sim. Speed of the speed. I'm spreading, trying to beat here. You can see these other horses. We have 2 horses with genetic strength rating increases. That's our, surface distance number. They are increasing by more than 10 points. Might get loose, but might get pressure. If this horse gets pressure, this is a maiden. And yeah, I mean, for Safi, Micah, they might wire the field. They're dropping an SOR. You could single here too. You could if you really like this horse. But I'm trying to beat. You beat, I'm spreading here. But again, could be a single. But here, I love the 1 horse here. It's part of, and I also love the 1 in race 9, but I love the 1 horse here. It is the top win percent, and it's a long shot. Let's watch the race sim because there's a lot of speed here from the outside sprinting on the Tapeta. I think Retain for Ken Sweezy is going to sit an absolute dream trip. I think you get a good price. You might get 8-1. Many of you know me. I will single horses like this if they're, if I like them. I love in this race. The win percent shows it's wide open. Does back up in the stretch, but I think this horse can sit a dream trip. 3 horse would be another use. But I'm trying here. If I get knocked out, I'm going to play the sunset pick 6 because I like that sequence because I really like the last 3 races at Gulfstream Park. but it's cheap. It's $30. It'll pay well if this thing can hit because we have a price here. But let's talk about the one. Sweezy, second. He goes back to the synthetic. This horse wants the synthetic, wants the Tapeta. They've been all over the dirt and the turf before he picked this horse up. There's speed there. He's having a great Sunshine meet, 23% from 22 mounts, light runners. He doesn't have as many runners, obviously. You can see my notes down here if you're a Equine Edge user. And I just think it's a dream trip here. You could see last out in a 58, same level, 10,000 claimer. And the win percent goes up from 13 to 22%. I love that. When that metric goes up on that next race, I love it. Was on the rail. I think it's in exactly the same trip, and they cut back a half furlong. I think dangerous. 8-1, going to sit. An awesome trip there. Good price. You could play it again. $3 in a pick 4. My second pick was the 3. If you want to add there, and again, if you want to go narrow in race 6. That's another option. But I like these last 3 races, so let's talk about him, and then I'll show it Sunset pick 6. Sprinting 5 here, just 2, 4, 8. I think Love Actually, we'll watch on the race sim. I think can wire this field. I do think the Musical Design can sit the trip, and I also think the Dub Rules can sit the trip. I'm completely against She Loves to Travel. You can see. Look at our genetic strength rating drop on the turf for D'Angelo. I know Amicio riding, he has an outstanding Sunshine meet, but I think that this horse wants the Tapeta. If we go to GSR Plus, maybe even wants the dirt. I don't think this horse wants the turf sprint. I know it's right there, but I'm trying to beat with 2, 4, 8. I do think Love Actually can wire the field with Edwin, toss that synthetic. This horse wants the turf. Edwin's so good on the lead on the turf. Yeah, we're going to talk Gatekeeper. We'll talk Santa Anita. And here's what I will tell you all. For everybody tuning in, thank you. See that QR code up above. If you scan that, if you are not an Equine Edge user, you can get 3 free races per day. So I'll tell you that. The other thing I'll tell you, Santa Anita closes on Sunday. We will have a special show with them. And I will tell you, you can get free Equine Edge for the whole card on Sunday. Scan that QR code. It's all you got to do. You have to sign up as an EE user. There's no hook. There's no nothing. All you do is scan it. You can get 3 free races today and tomorrow. And then on Sunday, you can get the whole Santa Anita card for free. More to come on that. It will be, out on Santa Anita, probably share some information. Equine Edge will be as well. We will be live on Sunday for closing day. It's a great card. But I think Love Actually can wire the field with Edwin, but I think the 2-8 can sit the trip. Again, just opened up. The 10 opened up as the favorite here. In again, spread here, and then our price there in race 7. Let's talk race 9. Tigre 100% could sit the trip here. I'm only using 2. Back them up. Obviously can wire the field. I'm going quick here on the race sim. You could play it and I'll go. I do think there's pressure though on the inside and outside. And if all of these horses go, if this race melts, Tigre's closing. 100%. You can see it there on the blue arrow. We don't have a late pace figure. That shows that horse is going to be closing. If the 3 gets caught in a duel and gets caught in between all of this, the 1 is going to pick up this race. It's not going to be easy, but it's so hard to close on the dirt. But that's the angle. That's only why I'm using 2. The 3 going to be really tough, I think. And then the 1 is the upset if the race melts. $3 pick 4, cheap pick 6. I like this going into the Sunset as well, the Sunset pick 6. What's singling in the end of the Sunset pick 6 and in the end of the Gulfstream pick 6 here too. Gabaldon, you'll see here, lightly raced for Mr. D'Angelo, having another outstanding meet, 22%. Won in the juvenile last year and hasn't been seen very much. Did run the grade 3 at Saratoga and ran a bang-up race, but couldn't get the lead. Is going to need the lead. A 10-point strength of race drop. Anything 2 to 4 points is material. So 10 points is massive. If we watch the race sim, I think the 8 can put Sticky McShickens away. It just takes some gate to wire. I think you also could play an exacta here, the 8 over the 5. I think that's a D'Angelo exacta. But I like the 8 a lot. I mean, this is going to be Amicio on the turf, sprinting, take him gate to wire. I think the single. And again, double single. We got a price at 8-1 here in race 7 if you missed it. All right, let's talk Sunset Pick 6, and then I'm going to let you all go. So we talked about the first 3 at Gulfstream. I'm not going to talk race 7 at Santa Anita. I do think this is a tough race. I don't think Rosterman Vibe is a single I'm against. I think if we go here, the 14 stronger than before for Dan Blacker. It could be just kind of a beast versus this group in State Bred. So that's your other single, I would say, and the late Santa Anita pick 3. And again, playing the Sunset pick 6. I like those last 3 races at Gulfstream. So, of course, we're going to play the Sunset. $1 minimum base, but no call, right? You can play this retail player, right? So everybody's talking about that. Let's play, right? So the 294 going to be the prices. The 4 going to take a boatload of money. Berlin Wall, you can see, does win the race sim. Going to be tough, sitting off the speed. But the 14 might be a beast. Not a great post. Catmansu, the long shot, so I'm just using the picks there. And again, spread in the first, I guess, leg at Santa Anita. So it's $108, but again, dollar wager. So it's you gotta press your opinion. And then we're singling in the last. So 2 bookend singles, 1 at Gulfstream, 1 at Santa Anita. Our Bucky Charm, you'll watch on the race sim. I think that the 8 might take pressure from the pace player B. I don't think that horse can just get loose. The 2 going to be close. The 2 wins the race sim sitting right off is going to be so we're taking 2 chalks, but that's okay. Again, in a six race sequence for $1, it can still pay because we got some other prices if we can get past a couple other favorites. But you'll see here a big drop in strength of race, as I mentioned. Again, 2 to 4 points is material for Equinedge on the strength of race. This is an 8 to 10 point drop. And I think this horse wants 6 furlongs. You can see in both these races at Santa Anita, those reversed tough for Pipey and ran well, and then just faced too tough at Del Mar. So finds the right spot. Great sequences today. A couple of prices. I think a fun play for this afternoon if you're trying to get in the game. And enjoy. Again, as I mentioned, if you just joined me, QR code up above, you can get 3 free races per day from Equinedge, and Santa Anita will be free on Sunday for closing day. So make sure you sign up. All you got to do is sign up. There's no catches, no hooks, no anything. You just sign up. You have 3 free races. And once you do that, you can get the Santa Anita car for free if you want to try out Equinedge. All right, y'all. Good luck. Keeneland closing this weekend. Gulfstream Santa Anita. Great racing. We'll be live tomorrow with Oldie and I on the stretch run. We'll have 2021 BCBC champion Matt Miller. He'll be joining us the whole show, plus Sunday special show with Scotty. Scotty will be on for us, and we'll be covering all Santa Anita, all Gulfstream Park on Sunday. All right, y'all. Good luck. Chat soon.